Hi guys, what's up? It's your girl Melissa and I'm here with another video. This is going to be part 2 of the Night Out look series. The last time you guys saw me do my eyeshadow look using the Warrior palette, which I still have right here. So today we're going to just drop something. But basically we're gonna work on the complexion and the rest of the face. We might do a little eyeshadow touch-up so you guys get to see kind of how I created this look. I decided for this time to do something more muted, slightly different, with a thick cat eye wing liner. I'm not gonna lie, this was a struggle. I did this like 3 times and I feel like this eye is more curled, this eye is like more slant. I don't know, it's there for now, so we're just gonna get right to it. Let me just clip my hair. So there we go. And now we're gonna use the Hydro Grip Primer from Milk Makeup. This is a sample I got from the mail. I never tried it before. I've heard pretty good reviews about it, so we're just gonna give it a try today. It's really sticky. Kind of has a smell, like a natural smell. Okay, this is different. I'm basically putting it mostly in my T-zone. My skin, it's still very much combo skin, and I haven't had a lot of dryness and redness lately, thank God, but yeah, it's just pretty okay, no crazy breakouts. So first impressions of it, it's nice after you apply it, but when you apply it, it feels very like tacky, and then it's like you have to kind of apply it really quick because it is going to stick on your face. So I would suggest putting a little bit, like only using it where you need it, but other people have liked it, so I'm just curious to see if it's gonna last. So now I'm gonna move on to foundation. This right here is my holy grail. This is the Tarte Amazonian Clay foundation. I have this in the shade 27N light medium neutral. This is actually my normal shade. I have another shade that's like my summertime shade somewhere. So what I usually do is I kind of just squeeze. I start off with a little bit. I'll squeeze it on my hand and then go from there. And it's a thick mousse like foundation. It's very creamy. And then I'm using a foundation brush. It's the Sephora Pro Buffing number 70 brush. They recently just came out with new brushes. And I'm not sure if this one is still on there, but I heard their new brushes are really good. When I use a matte foundation such as this, usually I'll use a sponge, but sometimes if I want a fuller coverage, I'll use a brush. I didn't always like foundation brushes. Well, granted, I never really liked liquid foundation either. And it's hard to find a good foundation brush. I feel like that's like a relationship in itself, where when you're applying foundation, you gotta, marry your makeup tools in order to get a good application. So I always start with a light amount with this foundation. It's easy to build it up. But what I normally do when applying all my complexion products is I like to have most of my product on the bottom half of my face, which is, my cheeks and mouth area, because that's where I do get the most blemishes. That's where I want the most coverage, hyperpigmentation, etc., texture. The forehead and the eye area, I don't really mess with like that because that's where I put concealer. In the forehead, I don't really have a lot of blemishes and stuff going on. So this brush, it is a buffing brush. It's very dense. It's not really fluffy at all. Like, I'll just show you this side because there's no foundation. It's, you see, like, it's just no fluff. It's hard as a rock. But it's good because my foundation is thick, so therefore you want a denser brush. The thicker the foundation, the denser your brush should be, in my opinion. Granted, I'm not a pro MUA, so you know, but based on my experience, that's what I'd like. If I had a thinner foundation, then I would use a less dense brush, more like a fluffier or one of those like paintbrush kind of foundation brushes. Okay, so let me take a look. I'm using my desk lamp today because my room is a little darker. Normally I like to use natural light from the window from like outside, but we don't have that going on. All right, I think I'm just gonna use that amount of foundation. I don't want to go too crazy with it. This one is a lot neutral. And my other one that I have, which is I think 35H, or let me show you. Okay. Yeah, 35H. So this one is medium honey. This is my summertime shade. This one is a lot warmer. Not sure if we're gonna tan since we're still in quarantine during the summer, but we'll see. All right, so now we're gonna move on to concealer. I'm probably gonna still use my foundation brush for concealer, or I might use a smaller brush, we'll see. But for my under eye, I'm going to use the e.l.f. Hydrating Camo Concealer. I just bought this. I'm really obsessed with it. Reason why I decided to get a new concealer for my under eye is because the one that I currently use, the Fenty Pro Filter one, I love this one for like spot concealing and just about everything else. I recently had a reaction to it for my under eye, and it was the first time. And that's just because my under eyes, my whole eye area, just it gets really dry after a certain point. So I felt that that concealer doesn't work anymore for my under eye, and I need something that's more of a satin finish but hydrating. So this was right up my alley. And we're just gonna, I try not to apply too much. I try to like just start off with a little bit, and if I want more, I'll add more. You know what? I think instead of the foundation brush, I'll use a sponge. I'm gonna use a dry sponge. Or actually, no, I'm not gonna use a dry sponge. I feel like when you use a dry sponge for anything, it's if the product is, if it gives like a matte finish, but because it's a hydrating, I want to kind of like blend it in better. So I used the Mario Badescu facial mist to kind of wet my sponge because I didn't wet it before. It's kind of like a last minute thing, but it's totally good because it's gonna give me that blend. You know, my under eyes, I've been going in with the eye cream, making sure I do it morning and night, and it's paid off because the dark circles are not there, the dullness, the puffiness is not there. You know, with skincare, consistency is key. Because before, with my under eye, I would have to put like a color corrector and all these things. But with that concealer, I don't have to. This eye is pretty good. This eye is okay, but I'm going to do... I've seen some people, like, they highlight with this concealer. There's also the 16-hour one. That one is more of a matte finish if you guys want that. Okay. Thinking. All right. So now we're good with concealer for now. I am going to quickly set it using the NYX HD finishing powder. This is a really amazing powder. One of my faves. I'm packing it in lightly. I'm not gonna like go crazy with it. Alrighty. See, with my complexion, I'm very quick. Like, because I'm so used to it, I kind of know what I like, what I do. So that's why you guys might find that this video is a lot faster than my last two. Now I'm gonna move on to bronzer. I'm gonna go ahead and use, this is the Wet n Wild's, I forgot the full name, but it's their bronzer, and it's in the shade What Shady Beaches. Of course, I broke it, but it's still salvageable, so that's why I still use it. And this brush I got from Five Below. They have amazing brushes there if you guys ever want to check them out. And then I'm just gonna lightly, actually, yeah, that looks better when I do it like that. I am thinking of getting back to contouring again. I stopped doing, I used to do it and then I stopped because I didn't like how I was doing it. I wasn't confident in contouring. And not only that, it just, honestly, like, I feel like contouring takes so much time. And I was into it. It was okay. But granted, I didn't know what the hell I was doing. So that's why I was like, nah, I don't want to do it. But now I'm like, you know what? I think maybe I should try again. A lot of new products have come out since then. So I'm like, you know what? It'd be cool to give it a try. So let me know in the comments, or like you guys could DM me too, if you guys want to see that, or like any recommendations for good contouring products. I think, granted, it's kind of hard for me to like find good complexion products at the drugstore. Like, I would have to do some serious research on it, and it's just because either it just doesn't work for my skin, or I'm really just used to going to Sephora and you know, making an investment in products. Because for me, when it comes to makeup, it's not just about quality, it's about functionality, and efficacy. Like, I want to make sure like they actually do work, and I like to use as few amount of products as possible. I feel like, and it's just my opinion, but I feel like with drugstore products, you can find a lot of great kind, but then you'll have to get like multiple products to do just one or two steps. So I don't know. That's just my opinion. Okay, so with this brush, because it has like a slant or whatever, I kind of just pack the bronzer in to do slight, not like a major contouring, but slight type of technique, and I just kind of roll it around. Usually with contouring, you would use a matte bronzer and something more cool tone to get that dimension, whatever. I personally, that's the thing about contouring, I don't like using cool tones at all unless it's eyeshadow. For my face, I want to stick to using my undertone, which is a neutral to warm undertone. But it's definitely a challenge I'm willing to do. It's something I want to explore for the next few videos. So be on the lookout for that. I'm gonna try to find some products, but what I did was the Wet n Wild bronzer is a lot shimmery, so I kind of just, where the sun hits my face, I kind of just added that bronzer where I want it to go, and it just gives me that, you know, that nice glow. Now towards the end, I am gonna bronze my neck too, so you guys could see that. Now for blush, same thing, the Tarte Amazonian Clay 12-hour brush in Parte, and this is my Equal Tools brush. It's a powder brush, but I like it for my cheeks because it kind of just hugs it. I do have a round face, so with that comes round cheeks. Okay. Alrighty. So now we're gonna basically set my face. Some people like to set before they do their bronzer and blush. I like to do it after. And I'm using a sample of my Laura Mercier translucent powder. I got this from Sephora where you get a reward. And I'm gonna use the same little tiny setting brush. Okay. Of course, my hair is like all over. So it's safe to say that when it comes to my night out makeup or just makeup in general, I spend a lot of time doing my eye makeup, which is not really ideal, but you know, like I feel like you know your face, so obviously it's quicker when you put on your face, like your foundation, your blush and bronzer and things like that. It's a lot quicker to do it. Your concealer. But for your eyeshadow, I mean, there's like so many steps, there's so many parts of the eye that you gotta like cover. And I'm still not even done even for what I just created. Okay, so now we're gonna, let's see, do I wanna put setting mist and then highlighter and then we're just gonna put highlighter first and then the setting mist, because then now after that we're gonna do the eye look. So this is the Anastasia Glow Kit. This is that glow one. They discontinued this one in particular, but they have, I think, another collection. Kind of sucks because I'm literally, bubbly is like my shit. Like I love it. I'm obsessed with it. This one's pretty good. It's more like this one's more like champagne. This one's more like a white, like a brighter gold. This one's definitely more yellow tone. This is a bronzy kind of highlight. I think I'm gonna mix my highlight and what brush? My brushes are like scattered in a way. Oh, I'm like, where is my highlight brush? All right, so this is another brush from Five Below. I'm actually gonna wet my brush a little bit. Of course, I'm spraying the camera. That's nice. But I'm just gonna take golden bronze and bubbly. And I don't know, lately I've been watching so many makeup tutorials and I noticed that like whenever they just do stuff, like whether it's a wing liner or highlighting, they turn their face. They look straight, but then they turn their face all the way. And I just realized I don't do the same thing. So I'm like, what the hell? You see? But I'm convinced that that is the highest point of my face. So I gotta get into it. I gotta like be on top of it. Okay. Something. And then I'm just gonna take, I don't contour my nose. Well, I don't contour at all, I just said that. But I mean it's something I would like to practice and see, how it goes and stuff. The thing is that like what I've done in the past, and I could, show pictures, is that like I feel like whenever I contour, even highlight, I would like try to go in and then this would look way too bright. And the thing is I have neutral warm undertones, so it's like I don't want to look like lighter and then this is rosy. It's crazy because like in the middle of my face I have like the peachy, like rosy cheeks and stuff, so it's technically lighter, and then the outer parts of my face is a little darker. So like whenever I do highlight, contour, whatever, it doesn't work too well. So just being real. All right, so the highlight is in. Pretty nice and simple. Now we're going to use the facial mist. I'll let that dry. And now, what am I gonna do? I am going to do my eyebrows, which I just realized I didn't do them when I did my eyeshadow look. I kind of just went straight to my eyeshadow look. Kind of happens. Where is my spoolie? Where's my spoolie? Okay. My eyebrows are like super thick. Super, super thick. Like, I don't know what to do anymore. This is a Precisely My Brow eyebrow pencil in 3.5. It's gonna make my go-to lately. I'm not gonna do too much with the eyebrows. I'm just gonna fill in some sparse spots. And then I'm gonna move on to some brow gel. I'm hoping that they do open, you know, the personal care places like the nail salon, hair salon, waxing, or eyebrow places. I know I definitely want to get my eyebrows waxed instead of threaded. Just because I don't know, like, I think with threading, like, they'll take the thread and they have to, like, cut it through using their mouth, like, with that motion. I don't know, like, I do get concerned about the cleanliness of that. I mean, I'm sure they'll come up with a way to make the more cleanliness part. I think that was my mom. But, alright, so let's find a brow. I don't have a brow gel somewhere. Okay, we can use this. So I'm gonna use the clear Great Lash Maybelline mascara. They don't really make clear mascara. They used to. And going on my mom, she would only allow for me to wear clear mascara, like in high school and stuff. She didn't want me like using a colored one. I just started wearing mascara like a few years ago. Other than that, I've always hated it because it just never like worked. It wasn't my thing. Now I do wear it often because I have no eyelashes, so you can't really have a bomb ass eye look and then you can't see your lashes. So all right, now we're gonna go back to the eyeshadow palette, the Warrior palette here. We're gonna clean up and finesse my eye look. So what I'm gonna do, I need all right, we're gonna use, no, I think, like, what's a good crease brush that I have right now? All right, we'll go back to I'm like, where's my crease brush? All right, we'll go back to this one, and I'm gonna use Kano. I've been blending a lot of my colors on here, so I'm using Kano and that one. All right. And I'm just doing a wash of color. I'm not going intense in the crease. Okay, and the same on the other eye. I know I definitely want to buy another palette, but I feel like it's kind of hard to buy one now when I'm not going nowhere. Like, I have a few in mind that I'm interested in buying, but I'm like, I'm just gonna wait until we can actually go out and I could wear them. Okay. So we'll do that. I'm gonna go back and put more Ahosi on the lid. That's this light color here. I'm just gonna pack it in a little bit. So with this eye look, I definitely did want to do a wing liner. And where I struggled is that at first I used gel liners to create the look. Gel eyeliners do not work for me because I have oily lids, and no matter what primer or translucent powder that I put on it, it just doesn't stick. It doesn't. And with the hooded eyelids, like I have so much loose skin on there that sometimes when I use a gel liner, the lines skip. So that's why I tend to use liquid eyeliners. In this case, I did use a little bit of a gel liner, and then at the end I had to use a liquid eyeliner to create that wing and give me that more definition. And then the rest of the look, I used eyeshadow to kind of set it. And so that's what I'm doing now. I'm just taking Mino, which is this dark brown color here, and just blending it in. With this eyeshadow look, I'm not looking for definition. I'm not looking for precision with the cat eye. It's more just a blended thickness. So that's why, as you can see, like the line in my lid, it's not like, it's more blended. It's not like a precise. I wanted the precision towards the wing. And the wing, I'm gonna leave it alone because I feel like it looks fine the way it is. I think where I wanted to finesse more was on the lid. And then also we're gonna tighten. Do I want to tighten that side first? Alright, so we're gonna tight line. I'm gonna use my Morphe pencil liner in Richie. Tight lining, I hate it. It is the worst. You see how I'm like scared as hell? Okay. Let me take a tissue. It's always better to use a gel eyeliner for your waterline. Let me just see. Okay, now some of the eyeliner did go on my bottom lash line. That's fine because I'm going to smoke it out there anyway. That's exactly what I'm gonna do after this. So okay, we're just, oh wow, I just moved my contact, great. All right, we're gonna leave the the tight lining alone. I think my waterline should be fine. Now I'm gonna go back and use the shade Mino just for my lower lash line. And this pencil brush I'm using is from Aloe. It's a really amazing brush. It's nice and small. I'm not gonna go too intense with it. Very nice. When creating eyeshadow looks or even finessing them, you just want to take your time. And make sure it's blended to how you want it. Okay. Very nice. It's a nice wash of color. Now we're gonna add an inner corner highlight as soon as I find a brush for an inner corner highlight. Okay, boom, right here. For the inner corner highlight, I'm gonna wet the brush for that. I'm actually gonna use a color from the Anastasia palette. I'm gonna use my Bubbly, which is like my favorite. color. Ooh, girl. Okay. Just a little goes a long way. All right. Okay. So the eye look is pretty done. I'm really happy with it, and that's, to me, that's what matters, as long as you're happy with it. Now I'm gonna move on to mascara, and this is my tried and true, the L'Oreal Voluminous mascara, and I got in waterproof, I think black brown. I always have to wear waterproof mascara just because I have sensitive eyes, which sometimes can get watery, and I don't know, I just prefer waterproof mascara. I never have luck using regular mascara because if I cry, if I have watery eyes, it just runs, and that's a sucky feeling. Sorry, I'm like covering the camera. I'll do a little on the lash line, just a little bit. I don't usually like putting mascara on my bottom lash line because it always stains my skin. Okay. Ooh, looking good, looking good. I'm feeling it. All right, so now we're going to, let's see, do I want to do lip first, or actually no, we're gonna do the skin. So I'm like, do I put the camera? I'm going to bronze my skin. Yeah, bronze and highlight my skin. I'm like, do I put moisturizer or, you know what? No, let's keep it simple. Let's keep it simple. I'm using that same bronzer from Wet n Wild, and I'm gonna use two different bronzing brushes. I'm gonna use my IT Cosmetics, which one is this? I think this is number 114, and this is a very dense bronzing brush, so it's perfect for this. Now granted, this is not a matte bronzer, it's more shimmering, so I might not even have to use a lot of highlight. All right, why don't we just take off the hoodie? Let's take it off. Okay, I'm wearing a bralette from Aerie. It's a scoop neck bralette because who needs a bra nowadays when you're in quarantine? It's like, ugh, no, we have to wear a mask. And I think I read a meme on Instagram where it says taking off your mask is like taking off your bra. That's like the new thing. I'm like, oh, I feel you. Okay. So now, all right, so we're gonna use, I think I'm gonna use Bubbly. I'm not gonna use too much highlight. Okay. All right, I think that's good. Maybe I'll set my, I know, let's just be funny. Let's set my décolleté, my chest area. All right, now we're gonna move on to lip. I don't know if I'm gonna do lipstick or lip gloss. I think we're just gonna do lipstick today. I feel like I'm always doing lip gloss. So for lipstick, well, to line my lips rather, I'm using the NARS Dance Fever Velvet Matte Lip Pencil. And I like this color because it's like kind of cool tone. Let me fix that corner one. Alright, so now I'm gonna use a satin lip color. This is Honeycomb from Bite Beauty. That's the Amuse lipstick. Oh yeah, this is the vibes. Those allergies are trying to come in. Alright, we're gonna... Ooh, I'm feeling it. We're gonna stop right here. And there it is, the final look. Ooh, she ready. She ready. Alright guys, so this is the final look. I'm very happy with it. I think as I do these videos, my skills improve. So if you guys have any questions, comments, feedback, want to know more about the products I use, you know, definitely get in the comments. My Instagram, I'm at sweet_Melissa91. I'm gonna post that. I'm gonna post my handle below. But yeah, hope you guys have a great Memorial Day weekend, kick off summer, and stay safe.